Welcome, everybody. I'm Crystal Garvin, and I'm here with Lindsay Rapp, and also Felicia and Eddie Sebastian are with us too. And we're going to be talking about men's health. So, since you're here, I assume you're either a man or you're looking to support the men in your life with essential oils. So, that's what we're going to be talking about today. And we do actually have a man, Eddie Sebastian. He's here with us to help us kick this off. This educational class will be mostly about men's health, and some of it will be applicable to different ages and also to women as well. But we just thought it would be appropriate to have a guy speak into this topic before we really dive into the information. So Eddie, if you wouldn't mind coming on and just telling us a little bit about your involvement with doTERRA, what got you interested in essential oils in the first place.
Well, at the time that my wife started in essential oils, I was actually having some issues with addictions, and this was something that came up, and we started using the essential oils in the house, diffusing it and things like that. And I really didn't think anything about it. But then then she started bringing in some other things, and I had, it took me 3 days to empty out a 15-liter bottle of lavender. Well, that's because I didn't know how to use it. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how many times you're supposed to do this. So, that was my first experience, and I was like, okay, I'm so dumb. But anyway, I've grown in the past 4 years, and I've really seen a benefit of what all the oils have done, and the LOV has done for me. I know I don't sound like a whole lot of the guys that have been in doTERRA. I'm real Southern. I'm a country boy. I can't help that. And you don't normally see somebody like me talking about essential oils and talking about what the benefit of a sandalwood is, or something like that. One of my favorite is sandalwood. So that's just something you don't hear from guys like me. A lot of guys like me, we think it's too frou-frou. But I started hanging around some guys like Drew Grin, and he looks like me, sounds like me a lot, and he does a lot of things that I like to do. But anyway, I'm just starting to talk a little bit too much than I probably need to, but I have enjoyed really getting to know what essential oils can do in my life.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. We're so excited that essential oils have benefited you like that too. And we've got some of your favorites you shared with us that we're going to pop on and show at the end, so you can come back and speak to those, why those are your favorites, and some of your recipes and things that you shared with Lindsay. So thank you for being here. And I'm going to now go ahead and share our screen, our presentation. And if you don't mind, I'm going to stop my video before I do that. And if you still have video on at all, go ahead and turn that off so we can see the presentation and not be interrupted. Now, during this time, though, if you have questions, please feel free to pop on and ask those in the chat box or on the Facebook comments, and we will do that at the end. We'll go through and answer some of those after the recording is over. So now I'm going to turn it over to my friend Lindsay Rapp, who's going to talk to us and get us started with this information on some specifics for supporting men's health with essential oils.
Awesome. Thank you very much. As Crystal said, I am Lindsay Rapp, and she introduced me to doTERRA essential oils more than 7 years ago. It's kind of hard to believe that that much time has gone by. I was telling someone earlier today, Crystal's just a very trusted friend. And so when she started telling me about essential oils, I knew that I needed to pay attention. I said, if she told me to jump off a bridge, I would, because I trust her that much, and she would have researched it and known that this was the best thing for me to do. So let's start with some facts about men. Men live 4.4 years on average less than women. And on average, men spend the last 11 years of their life in poor health. So the time to do something is now. doTERRA talks a lot about prevention, and that really is key. So a couple of facts. We know that cardiovascular disease is the leading cause of death. And men are, in particular, are more likely to die from heart disease at earlier ages. Men are at significantly higher risk of dying from liver disease. 80% of spinal cord injuries occur in young men. I'm sure it has nothing to do with lifestyle choices. Men also have an increased risk of dying from diabetes. So encourage the men, or if you are the man listening to this call, make your life choices and the health, make your health a priority. So first, we are going to focus on heart health, because in doTERRA, again, we are looking at preventative models of wellness. We don't wait until we're at risk for a heart attack. We've already established that men are at a greater risk. So let's do some of these things today to improve our futures and avoid the bad news or life-threatening procedures down the road. I think I got ahead of myself. Sorry about that. I mentioned lifestyle choices a bit already. So some of the things that we're going to look at would include chronic stress, insufficient nutrition, imbalanced microflora, so that would be good versus bad bacteria in your gut, low vitamin D levels, weight gain, inadequate exercise, and prescription drugs, especially statins. We can get in a place with prescription drugs of being on one and then needing another one because of side effects caused by the first one. That can start to be a bad cycle. So pharmaceuticals definitely have their place, but we do like to avoid or reduce them when possible. Now, let's talk about heart health. So first off here, we have a recipe for high blood pressure reliever. It's a simple blend that you can make in a 10 milliliter roller bottle. Combine 12 drops each of ylang ylang helichrysum, 8 drops of cassia, frankincense, and marjoram, and top that off with fractionated coconut oil. Then you'll want to apply that twice a day on wrists, hearts, carotid arteries, or the back of the neck. So you can also keep this with you. It's a really good idea to make 2 roller bottles so that you have one maybe, by the sink or your nightstand to remember to use morning and night, but then keeping one on you during the day, in a pocket, in the glove box, things like that, in case you do feel like you need to reapply during the day. Cholesterol is another big issue. So we have 2 options here. Cholesterol buildup buster would be 2 drops each of lemongrass and marjoram in a capsule twice a day, or this cholesterol fighter blend, which is 2 drops each of lemongrass and frankincense in a capsule twice a day. A couple of things I'll mention. You do want to make sure when you're taking capsules to drink plenty of water. And if for some reason there's some hesitancy with using oils internally for something like cholesterol, you could also apply them topically over the liver. And one other tidbit that I actually don't see recommended in our oil usage books or anything along those lines is actually bergamot for cholesterol. And that is what my husband takes, and that was recommended by our functional MD. So there are several oil options when we're talking about heart health and cholesterol. Okay, moving over slightly. It does seem as we age that a lot of us are more sensitive to a lot of different types of food, and we don't necessarily make the choice not to eat that food. So if you have occasional heartburn or indigestion, our Digestion soft gels work very well. You can also apply Digestion topically to the base of the throat. As you can see here, 1 drop of Digestion or frankincense down the throat and chest to help relieve trapped gas. Terrazyme is another great supplement that is going to help support your digestive system. And Digestion soft gels are pretty popular for all sorts of digestive issues. And our Digestion tabs are like a chewable tab that you can take occasionally for those kinds of issues as well. All right.
Okay.
Crystal.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about LLV, or lifelong vitality. So you want to make sure your body really has a powerful supplement that's full of antioxidants, omegas, core nutrients. This will allow the body to do what it needs to do really well on a daily basis. And along with many other benefits, this trio is another way to help reduce and manage physical stress, support immune function and cardiovascular health, and maintain general just vitality, which is going to be helpful for optimal health, energy, longevity. It's really gentle on the stomach thanks to a combination of vitamins, minerals, herbs, and essential oils that are incorporated. And I would say if you only get one essential oils product, make it the Lifelong Vitality Pack. And I know that sounds funny. It did to me at the beginning too. I love all of the oils, but this is our #1 selling product, and it has the most benefits for your body of any item that we offer. Plus, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee if you don't see and feel a difference in your overall health in that amount of time. So look into it a little more, and you'll see some of those benefits. But that just kind of skims the surface, and you can talk to the person who invited you if you want to know more about the benefits of those. We are going to talk some about testosterone. Men also, not just women, deal with hormonal issues throughout their lifetimes. And testosterone is kind of known as the male sex hormone, although women also produce a small amount of this hormone. But in men, it's responsible for all the things that you see on this list. And testosterone levels gradually decrease over a man's lifetime. If it gets too low, symptoms can include things like erectile dysfunction, reduced bone mass, and reduced sex drive. So let's talk about ways to boost low testosterone for those who are going into that time period in life when that can start to drop. According to the American Diabetes Association, type 2 diabetes or diabetics are twice as likely to develop low testosterone or T levels. So once diabetes develops in your body, it's not able to produce the right levels of testosterone anymore. And the ADA recommends that diabetics get their T levels checked by their doctor if they start to develop any of those symptoms mentioned. And this slide kind of just shows more of the basic guidelines for sugar consumption. Many people are shocked at how much sugar they actually consume when they start keeping track. So if you haven't done that, try it out for a week or so. It isn't that surprising though, since the average American does consume at least 12 teaspoons of sugar per day. And in order to control blood sugar through your lifestyle, many people are turning to ketogenic or paleo type diets, or even doing intermittent fasting, which has been shown to increase testosterone by 200 to 400%. So just a little food for thought, so to speak. There was a study published in the Journal of Hormone and Metabolic Research that showed that vitamin D supplementation also boosts testosterone naturally in overweight men by up to 30%. And doTERRA's bone nutrient blend is marketed as a women's product, since women are known to have issues with bone density as they age, but that is a bit misleading, since low testosterone in men, as I mentioned, can also lead to reduced bone mass. The bone nutrient supplement includes vitamin C and D, plus calcium, magnesium, and other trace minerals that support healthy bone density, and again, can boost testosterone. So we recommend men add this to their regimen as they age too. All right, so now Lindsay's going to talk to us about some other important supplements and lifestyle choices.
Yeah, so actually another thing that is good for bone density and bone health, as well as, of course, muscle building, is weight training and high burst training. Exercise is one of the best ways to also boost testosterone. It's recommended that men go to the gym at least 3 days a week and lift heavy weights. Lifting heavy weights, 6 to 12 reps with large muscle groups like your quadriceps, hamstrings, back, shoulders, and chest will help your body pack on the maximum amount of muscle. And specifically, lifting for at least 30 minutes or up to an hour is extremely beneficial to boost low testosterone levels. And to balance that out, you do want to work in some burst training also. That has been proven to not just boost your testosterone levels temporarily, but to help keep them elevated and prevent their decline as you age. So lower body fat, if through exercise, lowering your body fat can result in increased testosterone. So you're kind of getting double benefit there of adding some muscle mass and lowering body fat. Now, with these regimens, sometimes I find with exercise, sometimes we, work different muscle groups and are sore as a result. Sometimes our what impedes us from exercise is some pain, aches and pains, that trick knee, what have you, maybe past injuries. So we have our line of Deep Blue products made with the oil blend that can be used before or after exercise. There are some really great oils in here. Of course, peppermint and wintergreen are really great for warming and cooling the muscles and helping them to relax. There are oils like blue tansy and helichrysum, which can penetrate deep into the skin and really help your body to repair itself. This oil is also great for circulation. So the blend is available in a roller bottle. It is also available in the rub, which is a lotion. So the 4-ounce lotion is extremely popular. You can toss that in your gym bag. And then the lotion also generally comes, it's out of stock right now, in the 1 liter pump, which is great for sports teams and gyms and things along those lines. Now, I want to point out the Deep Blue polyphenol complex is on this slide, but it's very different. It doesn't contain the oils in the oil blend. I think we have another slide for that. Some of doTERRA's supplements, for instance, the Digest Then soft gel that we talked about already, that is the oil blend in a soft gel capsule. doTERRA just packages it that way for ease of use. In the case of the Deep Blue polyphenol, it has the same name so that you know what it's good for. It's good for reducing pain and inflammation, but its makeup is completely different. It's actually not essential oils. It is extracts, curcumin and frankincense extracts, ginger root extract. You can see, I won't read the entire slide for you, but this is full packed with antioxidants and things that are going to help reduce inflammation in the body and therefore reduce pain and make us able to carry on with our daily activities and add exercise regimen. All right, the next slide, we're going to talk about a couple of more supplements along those same lines. I often pair these together, the Deep Blue polyphenol and the turmeric dual chamber capsules. These have been, these have been incredibly helpful since they came out. Even when we're talking about maybe some more severe issues having to do with autoimmune conditions, things along those lines, where the body regularly has an abundance of inflammation that causes pain in the joints and things along those lines. Our turmeric dual capsule is a combination of turmeric essential oil and the curcuminoid extract. And you can get turmeric, you know, it's like a powder that's inside a capsule on the market. That's the curcuminoids, but alone it's not very powerful. You really have to take a lot of it to feel any kind of effect. So doTERRA, in all its genius research, found that putting it in this dual chamber capsule, having them work synergistically together, makes it 11 times more effective than the curcuminoid alone. So we can see it absorbs very readily in the body, helps fight against free radicals, which are what cause inflammation and result in pain in the body. So highly recommend this. And we have one more supplement that is also available. You don't have to get the soft gel in this because the Copaiba soft gel is just like the oil out of the bottle. There's roughly 2 drops of oil per soft gel. So if you want to make capsules yourself or just put the Copaiba directly under your tongue, it's going to work in the same fashion. But the soft gels, of course, are convenient. You can have them on the go. It, again, works very well with the turmeric capsules as well as the deep blue polyphenol. You can see it's great for your heart health and immune system as well. It's also very soothing to the nervous system. And so this can help with, you know, mobility issues, but it can also help with emotions. So you might find an added benefit using Copaiba if you feel anxious during the day. Copaiba can help with that as well. So it's really an awesome product.
Awesome. Good stuff. Okay. Well, I was talking about testosterone, and sometimes it gets a bad rap and it's blamed for causing some of these unpleasant behaviors. And that is because when cortisol, also known as our stress hormone, is elevated, testosterone responds by elevating as well. So they both get high together, cortisol and testosterone. The problem is that testosterone soon after bottoms out. And when it bottoms out, it's at a much lower level than before the cortisol kicked in. And that just means that you want to find ways to kind of bust stress and tension to keep your testosterone levels even. You probably already knew that prolonged stress is not good for your health. If you struggle with tension and stress that make you want to lash out, try this blend to kind of tame those aggressive reflexes. And obviously, this is not just for men. Women would benefit from this blend of some soothing, calming oils that are also great for the nervous system. You can apply to bottoms of the feet, base of rib cage, over the liver area. And another blend, this one is good for anger and frustration. So if you don't have all of these oils in this blend yet, a simple blend of lavender and balance can also help. Use the same way, just apply over pulse points, or you can put that in your diffuser and diffuse throughout the day. We call that the lavender and balance, kind of our Oscar the Grouch blend. But this one is highly effective for kind of getting to that root cause too, with these grounding oils and a little bit of lime for uplifting as well. And getting enough sleep, but also getting enough sleep at the right times, are 2 of the most effective natural ways to raise testosterone levels. Most people require around 7 or 8 hours of sleep every night. And for optimal hormonal balance for both men and women, it is critical to take advantage of the 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. window. There are numerous studies on that. And I hate to say that, I hate to admit it, because I am a night owl. But ideally, we should go to bed around 10 p.m. and wake up around 6 or 7 a.m. as often as we can for optimal hormonal balance, including testosterone levels. And here are some great starting places for encouraging restful sleep. We personally do love the Serenity soft gels, and that's also good for tension and calming. It doesn't, for me personally, make me sleepy. It just kind of calms my senses. So I can take that during the day for high stress situations, that kind of thing as well. There are some different diffuser options just depending on what you like. I know doTERRA sometimes refers to the petit grain as the lavender for men who don't like floral, but that again would be for women too. Some of the same calming compounds, but without the floral smells if you don't prefer that. Topically, peace, cedarwood, you see the options there. I won't read them all, but also it's important to note for snoring, because this is something that disrupts sleep for a lot of people, both spouses, and we have seen this be really helpful for us. And the big toe is a reflex point for the brain, but we also like to put that on the chest and kind of around the sinuses. And this time of year, seasonal, environmental things like pollen can make this even worse. So breathe and eucalyptus are super helpful. Thyme is kind of known among oilers as the snoring oil, especially on the big toe, but also diluted on the chest has been really helpful for my husband and my dad, if I can just speak to it personally. All right, Lindsay, kick it back to you.
Yes. When your liver does not function optimally, it affects your testosterone output. It actually affects all kinds of hormones. When your liver is not functioning properly, it has a lot of input to hormone production throughout the body. But specifically, the liver holds an enzyme that conjugates the 17 beta hydroxyl group of testosterone. So some things that you can use to love on your liver are our Zendocrine products. The Zendocrine soft gels are 2 drops of our Zendocrine detoxification blend in a soft gel capsule. So again, you could make that simply on your own if you already have the oil, but you don't have the capsules. You would want to take this once or twice a day, depending on the level of support that you need. I take it daily all the time, so I just take it once a day. This oil blend is geranium, juniper berry, tangerine, rosemary, and cilantro. So in addition to loving on your liver, it's going to love on all of your cleansing organs, your skin, your lungs, your colon, your kidneys as well. And then we have the Zendocrine complex. doTERRA made this complex to work, again, synergistically with the soft gels. So this is a whole food extract complex and a patented enzyme delivery system that supports healthy cleansing and filtering organs and their functions. I might have left out lungs when I was speaking a minute ago. I do want to add with Zendocrine complex, you notice that it does have an enzyme component in there. And if you are a current wholesale member and you rely on doTERRA's Terrazyme supplement, you're probably a little bit sad that it's out of stock at the moment. Zendocrine is not a replacement, but it does have some helpful enzymes in there. And if you're not already using the Zendocrine product, your body might really appreciate the added support if and when you run out of your Terrazyme. So just wanted to mention that to everyone. All right, so again, it's going to help to support not only our liver, but healthy hormone balance to keep the toxins at a minimum in our body. And a really simple, great way to support our filtering organs is to add lemon. You can take it in a veggie capsule, or you can simply add it to your water, drinking water throughout the day. Remember, if you're putting lemon or any essential oils really into water, you want to use glass or stainless steel, not plastic. So yeah, it's also going to be great for boosting your immune system and improving the look of skin and hair. Next is our metabolic blend. It gets a little bit of slack for the name, Slim and Sassy. I'll just say that our marketing people, this blend's been around a long time, and our marketing people probably weren't at their best. It was the early days of doTERRA, and they might not have been thinking like real long term with the name choice, but it is the metabolic blend. It is great for men. It is also great for women. My husband takes this daily. It is great to help the body eliminate adipose cells from the body by helping to get rid of those cells that have encapsulated dangerous toxins. So it helps to flush them out. This blend contains lemon and grapefruit. Grapefruit is excellent for the body because it helps stimulate production of glutathione. Glutathione is the only antioxidant that our body actually makes on its own. So we can help with that production. It also contains cinnamon oil, which is excellent for helping to balance blood sugar. Last, it contains peppermint and ginger, which are excellent for supporting the digestive system. So this blend can help you with cravings and just help keeping your metabolism going, helping some things on a cellular and metabolic level to perform better. I was going to finish that sentence. For maximum performance.
Okay, well, often men ask, or maybe their wives or loved ones ask on their behalf, if oils can help with thinning hair. And the answer is yes, sometimes. So some of the factors that contribute to various types of baldness and alopecia are age, stress, and genetics. There are other factors as well. Even stress is one of the big ones, and a lot of people don't realize that. They think it's always just genetic or just something that happens to everyone as they get older. But many have found success with these essential oils, and they do encourage healthy hair follicles and hair growth. So you can add them to shampoo, or you can kind of make a DIY type serum that you can massage into the scalp, and you can get a treatment out of that by covering your head with a shower cap after you massage it in, and leave it in for an hour, couple hours, few hours, and then shampoo it out, and that will help stimulate those hair follicles. Also, another common hair issue people ask us about is dandruff. So these oils can help support healthy balance on the scalp, and that does help with itchy, scaly, dry, or irritated skin that can all result in a flaky scalp. It is worth noting that studies show stress does contribute to this as well. So once again, routines, habits, and essential oils that help with stress management are a contributing and important factor. And if you like the idea of promoting hair growth and restoring balance to prevent flaky scalp issues, but you prefer a ready-made product and don't want to have to make it yourself, doTERRA's Salon Essentials Root to Tip Serum is the answer for you. It has oils of lavender, peppermint, marjoram, cedarwood, lavandin, rosemary, niuli, and eucalyptus. These are all known for their abilities to rejuvenate the scalp and also support healthy hair. I personally actually use this product after each time I wash my hair. It has helped my scalp and hair tremendously. And I like that it's powerful, but it's also really lightweight. It doesn't weight my hair down. It doesn't leave an oily residue. And I will mention too, this product is a favorite among bearded guys because it makes a perfect beard oil. A lot of the oils and the base of the serum are some of the favorites that men will put in DIY beard oils too. Okay. And back to Lindsay.
Yeah, so another organ that we want to support, especially when we're talking about as we age, is our colon. And so DDR is a great oil blend. DDR stands for damaged DNA repair. So it's really great for our cells and helping maintain cellular health. So really it has positive effects on all different body systems and organs. It does contain things like frankincense and clove, which we know are very beneficial, lemongrass, thyme. And so you can use the oil blends, or you can get the soft gel capsules. DDR Prime also comes in a soft gel capsule. That capsule contains 4 drops of the oil. So if you're making your own at home, that will kind of give you a guideline there. You can take these twice a day. Alternately, you can make a roller blend for colon support as well. You're going to use 10 drops each of geranium, rosemary, and cardamom, and fill it the rest of the way with fractionated coconut oil. And you can apply on reflex points or on the area twice a day. Okay, so moving on to the prostate. This gland is a little larger than a walnut, but the cells that make up the prostate continue to multiply throughout a man's life. So that kind of explains why a lot of men run into issues here as they age. One problem is that when the prostate is enlarged, it pinches off the urethra that runs through it, causing difficulty in emptying the bladder. So some symptoms would be urgency to urinate, hesitancy, frequency, incontinence, and inability to completely empty the bladder. That, of course, can lead to infections, stones, damaged bladder and kidneys, and erectile dysfunction. So some great products to help support that. You can apply 2 to 3 drops of Balance to feet twice a day. The DDR Prime soft gels that I mentioned for colon support are also excellent support for the prostate. So the soft gels are going to be really convenient for that. You want to take it 2 to 3 times a day with meals. Also, 1 drop of frankincense under the tongue 3 to 5 times a day. Applying DDR Prime topically along with juniper berry on the heels, the lower abdomen, or the inner thigh twice a day. One more recipe here for benign prostatic hypertrophy, which does have, again, to do with issues with urinating. And 3 drops each of citrus bliss and frankincense, and then 2 drops each of clove, lavender, and thyme in a capsule 2 to 3 times a day. For erectile dysfunction, one option here for restoring function would be to apply our Immortelle anti-aging blend 2 to 3 times a day to the area. Alternately, for hormone balance, if it's more of a hormone type issue, then you're going to want to do 1 drop of sandalwood, 2 drops of clary sage, 1 drop of ylang ylang, applied topically to the lower abdomen. It can also be diffused and taken internally in a veggie capsule. And for circulation support, 1 to 2 drops of cypress or aroma touch to the inner thighs and lower abdomen. I would be sure to use carrier oils when you're doing this. It helps the oils penetrate deeper and will cover a larger area for that 1 to 2 drops of oil. Also, again, just as far as, especially as circulation goes, decreasing the amount of belly fat is going to help with circulation to the lower areas as well. And for anxiety and stress, you can consider diffusing 1 to 2 drops of basil, lavender, or ylang ylang. You can also just put a couple drops in your hand and deeply inhale, or even put a few drops on your pillow.
Great. Okay. So as we wrap up, I thought it would be helpful to share some favorite energy protocols, since men and women alike often struggle with decreasing energy as we age, or even just for dealing with prolonged stress. So first of all, we have a daily roller blend you can see here, and then also a diffuser recipe. So I wouldn't say it's really either or. I would build these on each other, these protocols. Both the roller kind of used a few times throughout the day or just as needed for an energy boost. And anytime you apply a roller blend and kind of rub that in, whether you're putting it on the kidneys, adrenal areas, like it says, rubbing it on reflex points, whatever's left on your hands, kind of rub your hands together, cup over your face. Don't touch your eyes, of course, but just close to your mouth and nose, and inhale deeply a few times as well. That will really give you a boost of energy mentally too. And then you can diffuse these oils suggested throughout the day. And in addition, there are some internal usage suggestions as well as some lifestyle changes. So we've kind of covered a lot of this, the LLV, also Mito2 Max we didn't mention, but that is meant to boost your mitochondrial energy. And you can take those as needed or take them on a daily basis if energy production is something you struggle with regularly, along with the Zendocrine. That's the Zendocrine soft gel, great to take for energy as well. And then again, reducing your sugar intake, exercising, taking a brisk walk, Motivate oil can really help you get out the door, get going, get motivated to start that workout. And then you might need that deep blue, like Lindsay said, afterward to soothe those muscles. And when followed as recommended here, this protocol has helped many reclaim some lost energy levels within just a few weeks. So it really is worth giving this a shot, trying all of these things together. We also wanted to circle back to our friend Eddie, who spoke at the beginning. These are some of his favorites that he shared with us at the beginning of the class. And I don't know, Eddie, if you want to say anything about these, you're welcome to unmute and talk about how you came to find that these were helpful and why these are some of your favorites.
Well, the deep blue, of course, I'm getting a little bit older, and the aches and pains have caught up to me somewhat. But I can take this product, and I actually take it internally twice a day, and I don't have any problems at all during the day. Um, no stiffness, no real pains to speak of. Now, if I go work out or do something really strenuous, I'll have a few pains. But guess what? I got the rub for that. But also the chickens, I have chickens, and they get 2 drops per 3 gallons in their water every day. None of my chickens in the past 4 years have had any type of respiratory issue. Most of the time, if we have all 4 seasons here in North Carolina, and the wintertime is really bad for chickens getting respiratory issues, and I've not had any problems with them having this issue. But of course, I have 2 tractors, and greasy hands are part of my life, and I don't like to be greasy when I come in and want to hug my wife, or she'll tell me to go away. But
Yes, I do.
and the sugar scrub, I just started developing, I guess, late last year, and just to see how it would do on my hands. It was just coconut oil, half a cup of sugar and half a cup of coconut oil, 10 drops of peppermint, 5 drops of tea tree oil, which is melaleuca to me, and 5 drops of lemon. And
And the On Guard concentrate.
oh, On Guard concentrate, forgot about that one. And it does. I think it does as good as the commercial chemical type stuff. But again, I'm not putting those chemicals on my body anymore, so I'm getting a benefit of that, and it really does work. The balance and sandalwood combination. Again, I'm a little bit older. The sandalwood helps in a lot of the areas that we're talking about with any erectile dysfunction or anything like that. But it also gives me a mood boost as well. Just because that's what it does for me, and that's the reason why I use it as much as I do. But and my wife is glad that I do. And and I'm a hunter, and I really like to, again, the chemicals that we put on our body the free radicals that are in these things that we don't even think about. Scent cover spray is filled with things that that are carcinogens, and we're just saying, okay, just put it on my body because I don't want to do this, and they don't really look at the back of these things. So I started to with the help of a guy that I know that's out in Montana, and they have a little bit few different trees than we do. So I had to kind of take the sandalwood out and put the cedar wood in and the Siberian fir, because the Siberian fir is very close to the pine tree. And I did that with the water and the fractionated coconut oil. I also put a little bit of baking soda in it just to let it settle on like clothing. And I shake it up in a 16-ounce bottle. And I think with that, I use unscented witch hazel, about 8 ounces of that, about 8 ounces. Or water. And then I do the 30 drops of cedar wood, 20 drops of Siberian fir, and a tablespoon of baking soda. And I have not had any issues. Every time I go hunting, it seems like I do at least see them. Don't always harvest them, but that's something that I think is really good as far as the hunting and fishing type stuff that you want to do. And that's another thing that was very eye-opening to me, is that you could find things that are natural for many things that you use chemicals for in your life, whether it be the stuff you use to clean your house, to do furniture polish, all this stuff you just think that's okay to use, but we tried to eliminate as much of that as possible, just because of the free radicals that are in our bodies. So anyway, that's all I got. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for sharing that with us. I appreciate that. And those are some really good tips. All right, so we wanted to remind you, kind of in closing here, that we do still have some of the Amavi kits available through doTERRA. Those came out in time for Father's Day, since many men, but some women too, really love this blend. And we do also have a 200 PV special this month. So Immortelle is a really powerful blend that you can use for things like fine lines and wrinkles. That's what a lot of people know it for, but it's also great for head tension, vision support, scars, and calming benefits too. And you'll get that free with any 200 PV order. And although it's a roller, it's not a touch blend, so it is not diluted. And I personally like to take it and divide it into 2 or 3 different rollers and dilute it to make it last longer. And also, like Lindsay mentioned, just to get the benefits of the carrier oil penetrating deeper into the skin and lasting longer. If you happen to already place an LRP order this month that was less than 200 PV and you want to take advantage of this special, just contact customer support and they'll help you place a second order manually over the phone or through chat, and you'll still get the Immortelle free if the combined total of your 2 orders is 200 PV. And last but not least, we want to make sure you know about our upcoming educational opportunities. We are really focused right now on this wellness education series starting July 7th. You can see the great topics we're going to cover every Tuesday and Saturday. Over on the right, you can find your time zone there, and you'll see that we have those twice a week, and it is something that's offered live only. We won't be doing recordings. We really want the live interaction between people there. And so you'll have those 2 opportunities each week. And we have some amazing leaders who will be teaching these classes going through August. If you are a wholesale customer and you attend all 8 classes, you'll get a free gift from your wellness advocate or upline leader. And this series is a perk that is especially for wholesale customers on our team. So if you don't yet have a wholesale customer account, be sure to talk to the wellness advocate who introduced you to doTERRA, excuse me, and invited you to this class. So yeah, I don't know why that was a mouthful.
I'll go over that word of all words.
I know, right? To doTERRA, and they invited you to this class. I should have just said that. So we're really glad you joined us here, and we hope that you'll join us for some of these. If you can't make it to all 8, that is okay. You could just pick and choose too, which topics interest you the most, what you want to learn more about. You do not have to attend all 8, but if you attend all 8, of course, you'll get the maximum education there, and you'll have the opportunity to get a free gift. So, all right, we are really glad you joined us tonight. I'm going to stop the recording now, but we'll stay here for a few more minutes to answer any questions that you might have. And I'll also check over on Facebook. And if you want to unmute, or if you want to pop on video or pop over into the chat box, feel free to do that. Just 1 second and I will stop the recording. Thanks everyone who's watching after the fact. We hope you learned a lot, and we're glad that you joined us here.